What is it like to design your own fashion collection? Hi, we are the students of the Master in Fashion Design here at NABA. We want to share with you some behind the scenes on how to make your own collection, some advices and the processes. Follow along.
Sono molto felice di essere qui oggi.
Per condividere la mia collection.
Hi, I'm Iris Sace.
Hi guys, my name is Emea.
Ciao a tutti, mi chiamo Samuele Ruda.
Mi chiamo Li Meishen.
Hi, I'm Marco Trigiani.
My name is Valentina Pliško. I am currently studying in NABA the course of Fashion Design, the master course. I define myself as a creative multipotentialite, as I always try to merge different branches of the arts to create something unique. And I define my designs usually unconventional, and especially also the collection, the latest collection that I presented during the showroom. I definitely define it as unconventional. The collection is called Due Identitete, which in Albanian means double identity. I've always struggled to create and to find my own identity, as I was born and raised in Italy, but my parents are Albanian, but actually my grandparents are from a country that now doesn't exist anymore. Believe me when I say that when people ask me, where are you from? I really struggle to answer that question. The collection is unconventional because I also try to find different kind of materials that people wouldn't think about, such as, for example, a stone dust that I use as ornaments to recreate some details and particulars of the charm clothings, and also a moldable leather keeps the structure that you can get to it. I think that usually people think about the theme of their collection by inspiration that they find around themselves, but personally, all of the inspirations come to me internally. It's very introspective work. It comes from what I dream of, from my emotions, and that's why my work is always very personal. And I wanted to talk about this topic with this collection because I think we have an urgency and also the ability and capability to talk about urgent themes within our arts. So that's why I always try creative ways to put those topics into something that people wouldn't think of.
La collezione che ho portato in showroom, che si chiama Eternal Collection, ha come principale tessuto il denim. Parte tutto da un mio approccio appunto sperimentale e soprattutto materico sui tessuti. Principalmente appunto io lavoro sulla manipolazione dei tessuti, quindi quali denim e comunque tanti altri tipi di tessuti come la lana, il nylon. Inizio a manipolare i tessuti per poi iniziare a fare una ricerca, quindi anche a livello visivo, fotografico, tramite appunto canali, film, fotografie, comunque quello che vedo in giro, per poi appunto riportarli in schizzi, quindi nei bozzetti che vado a disegnare e appunto soprattutto nelle manipolazioni che faccio sui tessuti, perché utilizzo diverse tecniche quali abrasioni, stampe fatte anche a mano, quindi disegnate direttamente da me, e soprattutto anche lavorazioni sul denim, quali alcune tecniche giapponesi che ho utilizzato anche in questa collezione, come il sashiko e il loro.
My creative research focuses on translating my passion for sci-fi cinema, architecture, technology into actual wearable garments. I try to merge these influences with traditional Japanese clothing, with draping, with medieval armors. My collection is called Timeless Warriors. It's a project inspired by a sci-fi narrative that imagines the rebirth of a world after the humanity's fall due to AI and technology. The characters of this journey are the starseeds, who are guiding hybrid souls, both human and alien, who wear their garments as an armor, blending draping and military details, clothing and functional garments. I was lucky to receive some sponsorships from several companies, including Gruppo 5 and Olmetex for nylon materials, and Eurojersey for jersey fabrics. All I have to say is that from what I've learned, you just have to reach out, knock on doors, share your vision, your passion for what you do to companies, and some of them will eventually reply. Some companies won't, but you just have to keep doing it. I'm really happy about how the collection came out, and of course it wouldn't have been the same without these fabrics. So like choose the right fabrics and the high quality ones, it can really give you a more professional look and something that can really stand out, especially in competitions and contests that are very important.
Ciao a tutti, mi chiamo Li Meishen. Sto imparando italiano, quindi leggo sul cellulare. Gemcore è una collezione sognante e allegra, caratterizzata da colori molto vivaci, forme esagerate e materiali di alta qualità, che utilizzano lana, cashmere e seta di gelso come tessuti principali.
As a designer, I'm very inspired by heritage and cultural stories. I think fashion design for me is a tool to talk about relevant themes and contemporary problems. Coverlet Mirage talks about the contrast between two worlds, and it imagines what would happen if the two worlds collided. The fabrics for the collection are reclaimed from domestic textiles, mostly the ones that I found at home. So it's silk coverlets, curtains, and similar things. I used a lot of handmade techniques to make it look like it's made by an amateur, which in this case would be my great-grandma. So there is like a lot of unfinished trimmings and a lot of details that emphasize that. For me, in today's world, it's impossible to make completely sustainable collection, but I feel it's our responsibility to try and be as much as sustainable as we can, which is why I decided to start this collection with fabrics and let the fabrics decide the direction of this collection. It was also important for my storytelling to have something that is from my heritage and speaks about my family, which gives a bigger value to the fabrics itself. I think this approach should be a must for every collection because in today's world we should be aiming to make everything more sustainable in every way we can. So for me, this was one of the ways.
My style in fashion design, it really comes from my identity, like where I grew up in South Asia. We have so much textile culture and it all comes down to just protecting it from so much history and so much colonization. My collection, the Eastern Side, it's a 6 outfits collection and it's a complete salwar kameez collection. Salwar kameez is this very traditional dress that we wear in India, Pakistan and Bangladesh. And it also happens to be the national dress of Pakistan. And it's something that we share as countries because we used to be the same country pre-partition. So it's a lot of history that's combined together in this collection. It talks about my roots, it talks about the romance South Asia has. And I think the colors in this collection exactly depict how I feel about it. So my take on editorial is, this is the part of the collection where you have to care about what other people think, because this is the part where you get to display your thoughts, your collection to other people. So it also has to be a well-communicated project. I think it's all about finding the right people to work with. Sometimes you have to understand as a designer, not everything can be done by you, and letting other people also take over some parts of your project. It just adds to the credibility of the project and it just makes it more authentic. But where it gets very personal is you have to find the right people, and finding the right photographer is where you start. Also, you have to have a very holistic approach to collections in the sense that you have to think about what the end product will look like when the collection is in the development stage. That kind of referencing is what's going to give you a very good editorial. Start at the beginning and won't be that frustrating.
Ciao a tutti, mi chiamo Lorenzo. My collection esplora la connessione tra la natura, all'aperto e la moda, utilizzato la tenda come ispirazione.
Thank you for watching.
Together with my classmates, I've been selected to participate to Fashion Graduate Italia.
Ci vediamo il 30 ottobre.
A Fashion Graduate Italia.
Bye.